Buenos días para ti, and good morning to you too. Welcome to Mornings with Marielis, and thank you so much for channeling in. I really hope that you have an amazing week and an even amazinger weekend. I am so excited to continue these mornings encouragements about different things that affect us in our life that sometimes we just either take for granted or don't know really how to feel or think about, or just don't have anybody to share our thoughts or hear more of. So hopefully this is gonna be something that is gonna adjust to your life in a way that is encouraging. I was thinking about what can I share to you today, and one of the thoughts that have been really taking over in terms of my life has been the concept of autopilot. I sent a poll the other day about it. How many of you had heard of it? How many of you think that you've been in it, and how frequent that is? I see myself feeling that I've been getting into the autopilot mode very frequently. That's when sometimes we just don't know that we're doing something or following some sort of routine in a way that it's completely automatic to us. We're sometimes even unaware. I found myself in that position the other day when I was driving. Now, I'm in the state of Georgia and very close to the Atlanta region. So driving in Atlanta City, I don't know if many of you are familiar with, but it's pretty hectic. It can be very chaotic. And I remember getting in the highway, being hyper aware and vigilant about my surroundings, because sometimes driver can be a little bit rough around the edges. And I remember just focusing so hard on every other detail. It's usually like more on the sense of the people around me, more of the things that I can or cannot do. Like I'm just hyper aware that somebody's gonna hit me and I might lose control, and the level of like anxiety and stress that take when you're driving for long periods of times with that like hyper vigilant type of sense kind of dawn on you. And before I knew it, it's been an hour driving and I'm closer to home. And for a moment I wonder, how did I even got here? Like, where did I pass that place? Like, wait, I don't know if you're familiar with that kind of emotion and sentiment. For a moment, it kind of startled me. I was like, oh my God, I really was in autopilot. Like, I really didn't, like, I don't remember, like a lot of that, like, journey here. And here I am. And I was just really thankful that I was fine, right? But at the same time, very concerned about being in that mindset. And suddenly I started thinking about how many times are we in that like mindset of autopilot, and we just do things because we just have to thrive in our days, or we just have to move forward in our day, or we just don't want to think a lot about it, and our brain find a way to push so many things aside until we get to our next point, right? And oftentimes it's not necessarily, I wouldn't say that's healthy or unhealthy. It's more of the line of being unaware of. And for that, there's this other concept called mindfulness. And I was like, mindfulness, of course. I'm not being very mindful about my right now and where I am and what's surrounding me. So I need to start being a little bit more mindful. And I pause and I start asking questions like, where am I? How did I got here? How's the day? What's today's day? And such things. And I know it might sound like a little bit of Like, but I guess that's okay. It doesn't happen every time. But before you know it, you live a life on autopilot and you forget to be mindful. And being mindful is one of the best feelings that you can have. It allows you to really analyze a little bit, as much as you want to. What comes next? How do you want to react to some certain things, and how do you want to address that situation or that feeling the best way possible? So if I can leave you with something today, it's gonna be to be mindful of that emotion and state of mind of being on autopilot. And hopefully you can start the week taking that little moment to think about where you are, how are you, and what can you do next. I really hope that we can go over this a little bit further, and on the next video hopefully we can go over a few tips on how to be mindful and how to move forward with different type of tools that could support you better. Okay, until we talk again, I hope to you that you're good, and if you're not, that you can always find the tools to move from one point to the other, and that you have that community, that set of people around you that could support you where you are. And if not, I already told you a few things you can do, and hopefully you can continue to learn. Okay, until next time, bye.